We are here for the final race of the evening here at Motive for the GT4 Championship. As we're here at Catalunya, just had the first two races of the night, which have been very exciting races indeed, and hoping for much of the same here in this final race of the night. Yeah, if there's anything to go by, I think we're in for a bit of a treat here. But that's obviously the final practice results here for tonight, and the reverse grid based on the results from race 2 will be what we run with for this one. But championship standings between the top two, the two title contenders, Mike and John Boy, now down to 32 points. John Boy gaining 6 points on Mike in that last one. So yeah, it's still very much in Mike's favour, but depending on how tonight's final race goes, it could be reasonably tight. There's still plenty of points on the table. Obviously, still well over 200 points left on the table. So a gap of 32 is not that much when you think about it, but I suppose John Boy would need to hope that Mike has a far from perfect end to the season, that's for sure. But yeah, we are going to have to wait and see what happens here. But the guys know all their grid positions. It's going to be reverse grid based on the results from race 2. So it's always an interesting one, the final race, because those who have maybe struggled a little bit around whichever circuit we happen to be racing at on any given night will generally be the ones who will be looking to try and redeem themselves in the final race. But anything can happen, and I suppose we're just going to wait and see exactly how it all unfolds. As I'm just putting my HDMI cable back in, and I'll be able to see what's going on in a second, which is always nice. So here we are. This is it. For all the marbles, this will be the final race of the evening, the last chance for these guys to show what they can do in the GT4s at Circuit de Catalunya. Counting down the days until the GT4s become no longer a thing, because our turnouts this season have been painfully low. Definitely looking to bring the Clios back next season. But nonetheless, I like these cars, and I will make the point over and over again. I really like these cars. They're really good, but it's just that the turnouts has not been great. I think a lot of people kind of pulled out of the Tuesdays because of the GT4s, and it's been frustrating for me as a commentator, obviously, because I want to be commentating on grids that are packed out full of drivers and excitement, and it just we've had some good racing, but when you've got 10 people racing around, 10's the absolute minimum I think that you need for a good race, and quite often you need more than that. 12 or more is usually good. For me to sort of get really excited, I need 14 drivers at least on the track. That's when I get into my element, I think, personally, from my point of view. I don't know what you guys think, but for me, that's when I feel it all flowing, and that's when I feel kind of at ease. But hey, a race is a race, and 10 drivers out on track, and these are 10 absolute legends out on track with us tonight. Ozzy Albi, veteran here at Motive, has raced with us on Project Cars 2 for the last 6 seasons, it is. Clegg, obviously, jumps in whenever he can, has done most of the races this season in the GT4s, despite the fact he's not even signed up as a full-time driver. Big ups to him. CMC, racing in his first appearance this evening, but he's been in the Discord since I think pretty much since we started here at Motive. About 3.5 years ago he's been on nearly 4 years now it is. How incredible is that? But CMC, I think, pretty much joined the Discord server from day dot. Doris Steer, as one of Cobb's good friends, joined the Discord through him. Cobb, unfortunately, not here tonight. Big happy birthday to Cobb's missus. Obviously, I've spoken, we've spoken to, obviously we've spoken to Emma, Ozzy's other half, many times, but don't really know anything about Cobb's personal life apart from the fact that I know bits and bobs. But anyway, if Cobb's listening, hopefully you guys are having a good time and enjoying tonight. LFRD, P5, there's Ollie, ahead of Potler Brown, Mike, Part Pooper, John Boy, big ups to the guys here out on track, and obviously Cobb, no fault of his own not here tonight, you kind of understand it, but here we are, racing underway for the final race of the night here at Catalunya, as Ozzy Albi gets his foot to the floor, and we've got Craig here on the back of him right now as he's following him along. CMC a bit sleepy off at the start. Has got Thoris here looking up his inside here into turn one. Is Thoris going to go for this move? He's going to look up the inside. CMC going to get a bit sideways there into turn one and just gets a bit out of shape there and just tags LFRD, and LFRD tagging Thoris here, and there's contact there between the two of them, and Thoris getting held up a little bit. LFRD dropping a few places there, getting wide there coming out of turn three. That's given Ollie third place, and Mike there moving drop into fourth as well, so Mike is already up into fourth place. That is an unbelievable start there from Mike. Thoris there has dropped down a bit. He's dropped behind Pot the Brown, so Pot the Brown up into P5, so he's had a good start to this race. As Part Pooper there's dropped behind John Boy. John Boy's up into 7th place there around the outside. Well, has he done that one? Yes, he has, and in fact he's done Thoris as well there. So John Boy around the outside of Thoris there up into P6, so good start from Mike and John Boy here at the start of this one, but Mike making light work of the guys in front of him there. As John Boy, what was that? John Boy got onto the grass there a little bit going out of turn 5. Still gets it nicely turned in for 6, but Thoris there coming under pressure now from LFRD, and Part Pooper there right with them as well. But Ozzy out the front, leading the race by just under a second ahead of Craig at the moment. There's Ollie currently running just ahead of Mike as they come down the back straight here for the first time at racing speeds here in this final race of the night. Potler Brown trying to defend there from John Boy as they come down to the end of the back straight. You got LFRD who's trying to defend from Thoris Steer trying to defend from LFRD, and LFRD tags him around, and that was not a move there that was really on for LFRD. That was a bit sketchy there. I have to admit, watching that one live, I saw that one as it was unfolding. That was unnecessary. But Ozzy still leading ahead of Craig with Ollie there and Mike there ahead of Potler Brown, followed by John Boy, Part Pooper, LFRD, Thoris Steer well off at the back of the pack now after that incident there with LFRD a few moments ago. I don't know whether Thoris got a bad exit and that was what made LFRD feel that he was entitled to that move, but looked to me to be a little bit aggressive as he's a bit wide there out of the final corner as well. But Ozzy here leading us into turn one for the second time at racing speeds, third time altogether in this race, as things just starting to settle down a little bit now in this final race of the night. There's Ozzy, there's Craig, there's Ollie, there's Mike, there's Potler Brown, there's John Boy, there's Part Pooper, there's LFRD, and there's Thoris Steer. But so come down towards turn 4 here. Ozzy looking a bit more comfortable as Craig's trying to defend from Ollie. Ollie down the inside though into turn 4, gets the move done up into second place. Ollie, our race 1 winner, let's not forget, didn't set the world on fire in the second race, but still managed to P5. And can he make it another win in this final race? It'd be a fantastic job from him if he can get 2 wins on the board in the space of one night. But Mike here is all over the back of Craig here in this battle for third place, and here he goes down the inside into turn 6. Mike there gets himself into the podium places. Lovely move there from Mike. Now he's onto the back of Ollie here. Ozzy still leading the race in these early stages, coming out of turn 8 onto the back straight here. Mike there a bit wide in the background, just seemed a bit squirrely there as he got onto the power. There's Craig ahead of Potler Brown. John Boy all over Potler Brown at the moment in this battle for P5. Currently 2.5 seconds separating the top 6. In fact, 3 seconds separating the top 8. It's LFRD putting pressure here on the back of Part Pooper. So this is developing into an absolutely fantastic race here. 3 seconds covering the top 8. What a race we've got on our hands here, guys. That is absolutely brilliant. Here we go then. Ozzy Albi still leading the race by the skin of his teeth. Ollie's still right there with him. John Boy's made a mistake. John Boy's round. Oh, John Boy's spun it there coming out of the final corner. Oh no. So John Boy's now over 10 seconds off for the lead, and he's just absolutely thrown it into the ditch there. Ozzy still leading ahead of Ollie, followed by Mike. Mike will be seeing a big opportunity here to extend that gap into points in the championship. So it's currently advantage Mike in that particular battle. I mean, it already was anyway, but now it's just stamping it home. Part Pooper there looking to the inside of Potler Brown into turn 4, still too far back to make that work, to make that move. Back to the leaders though. Ollie looking to the outside of Ozzy into turn 5. Ozzy looked like he went quite late on the brakes there. Did he go deep? He did go a little bit deep. That might give Ollie a bit of an opportunity here. riding on board with Ollie Marr. You can see he's poking nose up the inside of the KTM. Is this going to be job done here for Ollie, as Ozzy's trying to keep it all the way around the outside of him there, and Ozzy doing a fantastic job there of keeping himself in the mix. Now Mike's looking to try and get Ollie here. Ollie was on the attack of Ozzy, but now he's looking to try in his rearview mirrors, because Mike is looking to try and pounce on him as they come out onto the back straight. Let's jump on board with Mike here, as we can see this battle for the lead continuing to rage on. He's now looking up the inside here. Here's Mike. Can he go for a late one here? As Ollie looking down the inside of Ozzy as well, but Ozzy's going to surely hold on to the lead for now. Oh, it's Ollie there, bit sideways, coming out of turn 9. Still holding on. Mike can't make the move on him at the moment. It's very tight there between those two, but Ollie's still clinging on to that one by the skin of his teeth. In the meantime, LFRD has moved himself up into 4th place. So we were completely so absorbed watching that battle for the lead. My phone's currently started doing stuff by itself. I don't know why. But LFRD has moved up into 4th place, and Potter Brown there behind him ahead of Park Pooper. But LFRD's done bits there, obviously in this train of cars, and is now in the battle for the lead. So this is incredible. But Ozzy Albi leading here as they come over the line to start lap 5 of the race. Ollie looking to the inside. Mike now looking to the outside. Look at that BMW. It's got incredible straight line speed as Mike takes the lead into turn 1. But he goes a little bit wide. Ollie gets a good run here coming through turn 1. He's getting a bit of contact there between him, and Ollie gets pushed onto the grass there. Mike's still leading here as they come through turn 3. Ozzy though trying to come back at him, and Ozzy will have better grip coming through turn 3. That KTM's usually better through the corners. Oh, somebody spun off there. That's Ollie. Ollie and LFRD have got into the barriers here on lap 5 of the race. Halfway point in this race. What a disaster there for those two. Ollie was in the battle for the lead. That's now gone out of the window here. But Ozzy has taken the lead back off of Mike as they come through turn 4. Into 5 we go. Ozzy managing to cling onto this lead just about. Mike has still got to keep fighting this one. But Ozzy Albi doing a fantastic job in this one to hold on to the lead. He's been out the front now for a little while, and he's still clinging on here. But what on earth happened there with Ollie and LFRD? That looked to me like a bit of a dodgy situation there. I'm not sure who was the catalyst of that one. But obviously an unplanned situation there for both of those two as we watch the battle for the lead coming out onto the back straight. You've still got Mike and Potter Brown in hot pursuit of Ozzy Albi. Mike knows that this is a big opportunity, but with all of the chaos going on, it's now promoted John Boy up into 4th place. And you know what? John Boy's only 3 seconds off the lead. To be fair, he was about 10 seconds off the lead when he had his spin, but he's absolutely flying here. You can see he's up in the 151s. John Boy is on a mission at the moment, and if these three continue to squabble like they are, then John Boy's going to be there. And we know what sort of pace John Boy's got around this track. Obviously, he took the win in the second race, so you know we know he's got the pace, and he's currently only 2 seconds behind the lead at the moment. So John Boy's still in the battle for this win. I tell you that for a fact. He is not out of this battle for the win. But Ozzy leading as they come over the line to start lap 6. 3 laps left to go here in this final race of the night here at Motive for the GT4 Championship at Circuit de Catalunya. We've got a pit crew running out in the background. That's for Park Pooper, who seems to be coming in for damage repairs. Oh, is Ozzy going for a late lunge up the inside? Oh, Mike had the move done there in a straight line with that BMW's incredible top end. But Ozzy made the move there into turn 1. Now Potter Brown squeezing through ahead of Ozzy. But Mike's taking the lead with that incredible straight line speed once again on display. Potter Brown though is going to fight Mike down towards turn 4 as he's around the outside there, and he slots back up into the lead here to Potter Brown. Excellent racing here from these guys. But now John Boy is right on the rear of them as well. Mike's championship rival, as he just bangs doors there with Ozzy Albi a little bit. Looking towards turn 5 we go. Potter Brown hugging the inside line off of Mike, and still clinging onto that lead, which he took a couple of corners ago. So Potter Brown here, once again, giving Mike a bit of a fight. We saw it in the practice earlier. I was racing with these guys in a practice lobby, and he's giving it everything here, is Potter Brown. As John Boy around the outside of Ozzy up into 3rd place. He gets that job done now. So John Boy now into the podium places. Only a second off of the lead here. Potter Brown and Mike still going at it. But this, I tell you what, is set to be an absolutely fantastic end to this race. Here we come down the back straight once again. Mike there pulls out of the slipstream now, looking to the outside into turn 9. Is he going to go around the outside here? He looks looking to try and send one. Potter Brown though is going to cover it off. No, the BMW gets a great exit. Great traction there out of the corner. Moves himself through up into P1. John Boy though is waiting in the wings, and he will be looking to pounce in a second. He's now on the back of Potter Brown. He needs to clear him quickly though, because Mike is going to threaten to break away into the distance otherwise. Here we go then, just over 2 laps left in this race. What has John Boy got in the tank to try and throw at Mike here? This is going to be a fascinating end to this race. John Boy, the fastest man out on track by some way on the previous lap. I think it's going to be a bit different on this lap because obviously they've both been in a bit of a scrap. They've both been in a train of cars. Here we come. So yeah, John Boy 154 last time around the other swing. The 156 is very, very tardy indeed. As John Boy here looking to the inside upon Potter Brown into turn one. Surely he's going to go late on the brakes here. He moves across him a little bit there. Does John Boy has to cover it. Oh, a bit of a slide there for John Boy as Potter Brown tagged him on entry to the corner. John Boy there down to 4th place. And that has gone horribly wrong there for him. It looked like he was moving across on Potter Brown in the braking zone. I'm not really sure what to make of that situation. I think John Boy, has he rage quit? Because he seems to be frozen. He has, he's turned it off. He's switched the PlayStation off. Wow. Okay. Wow, that's a shame. That is a shame. I'll have to review the replay on that one. It looked like they kind of moved across each other into the braking zone. John Boy, I think, felt he had the move done. Potter Brown was not giving him an inch, as is his right to. Obviously they're fighting over position, let's not forget. But let's give him Mike. Well, obviously he's got the lead, but Potter Brown's going to give him a fight all the way to the end of this race. You can be sure of that. Aussie's just dropped off at him a little bit. He's now over 2 seconds behind. But nonetheless, here we come through the chicane for the penultimate time in this final race of the night, and Mike's now pulled out just over a second here to Potter Brown, and the BMW straight line speed will take him a little bit further away here. Mike's now pulled out down this section of the track to Potter Brown, and the BMW straight line speed. Oh, John Boy said he disconnected. So that was a horribly timed disconnection. People take him a little bit further away here, which is, I mean, yeah, because it looked like a complete smoking gun. But I believe you. I tell you why I believe you, because your car was frozen on the track in a way which did resemble internet issues. But yeah, I mean. Yeah, it would have made no sense. Senna says, Mike seems to have the straight line speed I had on Brazil. Yeah, it's something similar, mate. Here they come into the final sector here on the final lap of the race. And Mike is going to take the win. So we're going to have 3 different winners here tonight. Obviously, Ollie took the first one. John Boy took the second one. And it's going to be Mike to round off the night, as long as he can keep it out of trouble. Just hold it together here, mate. As here he comes into the chicane. And it is going to be Mike here who's going to extend his championship gap. I'm going to give John Boy points for this, I know that, but the question is, do we give him 4th or do we give him 9th? But here he crosses the line there, Mike, to take the win. Potter Brown 2nd and Aussie 3rd. LFRD's going to come round to take 4th place here in this one. A really good drive from him. Well done on his reserve appearance. Craig is going to come over to take 5th place here in the end, ahead of Thoris, who will take P6. He's a long way clear of Ollie, who's had a bit of a shocker in his final race of the night. It's strange. I mean, obviously he was. He had the crash, didn't he? Of course, he had the crash, which knocked him back considerably. He had the crash with LFRD, but LFRD recovered quite well. But Ollie, nonetheless, coming out the final corner. Oh, he's got damage on the rear. Okay, that would explain it to some extent. Oh, come on, mate. Great stuff. Ollie there, P7. And Bart Pooper here has had an absolute mare in this race. I mean, where has he been? He was strong in the first two races, but yeah, seems to be where the strengths have diminished. But Parpy nonetheless will be the last driver to finish the race. Obviously, we lost John Boy and CMC. John Boy due to a disconnection, and CMC due to, I think, a rage quit. But Parpy here coming out of the final corner. He'll be the last driver to finish here tonight, and that is that then for this GT4 championship here tonight at Circuit de Catalunya. So Mike taking the win in the final race of the night. Potter Brown though with a very creditable second place. Ozzy Albi completing the podium. And I have to discuss with the guys what we're going to do about John Boy's retirement, because obviously I reckon we should give him points, but potentially even fourth place, because those four were so far ahead of everyone. I think it'd be fair to. But anyway, we'll be back soon, guys. Make sure you join us for next week. The GT4 is back on Tuesday as always. If you want to join us for our other leagues, we'll be live on Thursday night for the touring cars and Sunday for the GT3s. But from all of us, it's good night.